You're welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. We are coming to you this week from Yonkers here in the state of New York. This area has a population of about just over 200,000 people, and an awful lot of them are from the Irish community. So much so that the main thoroughfare here through Yonkers is called the Emerald Mile. And if you look around, you see all the Irish flags flying alongside the American flags. And we're here to meet some of the businesses that make this area so Irish. Dawn Doherty, originally from Castlebar, County Mayo, moved to New York many years ago and set up a very successful Academy of Irish Music and Singing. She's also been a great ambassador for Irish culture, heritage and music.
There was always music in my house growing up. My dad was very big into music and still is, but he would be more in the country side of it. My mum's mother was from Balmullet and she was very much into the sean-nós singing and the Irish music. So there was always a mixture growing up, and I got a present of a tin whistle at an Irish dancing fete because I used to do Irish dancing back in the day. And it just all started off from there really. I got a tin whistle when I was maybe 6 or 7. And that's how I started with the Irish music.
And you kept that all through the years then, your teenage years? It wasn't out of fashion or anything?
I was part of the Castlebar Ceoltas growing up, and I had music lessons, singing lessons, and of course Coach Heenahan, God rest her soul, taught me an awful lot of my songs and my music. She got us into the Castlebar Ceoltas at home. We did the Straw Boys at home, lots of weddings and different events. But I kept up the music. I did give up the dancing. I used to go dance with Dot Redmond in Castlebar, and then I did dancing for a little bit, travelled around, but then I just wanted to stick with the music and the singing. So.
And was it your intention to make music a career?
I always loved working with children. From a younger age, so I would volunteer at different programs and stuff, and I always loved music, so I wanted to definitely try and tie both together. So I did my degree at the University of Limerick with music, and after that I did a master's in music therapy at the University of Limerick, and I really enjoyed that course. And then I worked in Cherry Orchard Hospital in Dublin with patients with neurological disabilities with music therapy. And then I did music therapy in Castlebar with children with special needs. So that, for me, was what I was meant to do, was music, teaching, music therapy with children, and that's what I'm still doing today.
So the question then arises, why did you leave all that back home and come to New York?
I was born in New York, and I moved home when we were about 5 in Castlebar, and my dad and his brother Jim Doherty, that passed away recently, built a house in Castlebar in Maryland, where we still have our home. And so my parents wanted my brother and I to go to school in Castlebar, so we moved home. And my dad had his company here, which he still has today, 40 years later, Precision Wood Windows. So I would spend summers and Christmas here in New York, and my dad was always back and forth. So it was difficult, you know, kind of going back and forth, and my dad would come home whenever he could. So every time I came here on vacation, I was always really sad to leave. And it was always something that I wanted to try, was to move to New York. So when I finished my master's at the University of Limerick, I moved back home to Castlebar, and I was teaching in Castlebar. And I worked actually in St. Angela's in Castlebar, and then I was doing music therapy with children and teaching Irish music.
Did you take another job when you came to New York, or did you go straight into the music?
My first job was at the Ashton Irish Community Centre. Our very good friend, family friend, Agnes Delaney from County Galway was in the Ashton Centre at the time, and she asked me would I work at the Ashton Centre, the front desk, for the first while until I got myself sorted. So I did. I worked at the Ashton Centre, and then I decided to go back to school again. And going to school here is very expensive. Doing a master's or going to college, high school, is very expensive. So I worked in the Ashton Centre during the day, and then I did a master's at night time in science and education and special ed. And I worked in the South Bronx for a little while, did my teaching experience there. So while I was at the Ashton Centre, they had asked me to start a music class. And they said, why don't you do an Irish music class? There was nobody doing it. The lady at the time, Anne-Marie Acosta, who's a friend of mine, a great Irish music teacher as well, she moved out to Rockaway. So there was nobody in the Ashton Centre doing music. So they said to me, just do a Tummusa class music, they want to get something going here. So I started off, I always remember my first class, I started with 4 children. And then it just grew and grew to what it is today, which I never thought, I didn't have any expectations, because I didn't think that's what I was going to do full time, was open up my own music school, but that's how it happened.
And just on that then, so how many, you've what, 8, 10 years with your own school of music now?
About 9.
Yeah. And just give our viewers an idea of just how big it is. I mean, the range from tiny tots right up to near adults.
Yeah, so I have a wide range of classes going from our music munchkins, which are the little ones. We started an adult class in September, and it's one of my favourite classes, and some just wanting to give it a go, you know, maybe had played it years ago in a class, and then, or some actually never played it at all. I also do a music therapy class for children with special needs at the Ashton Irish Centre, and then primarily all my other music classes are here. We also offer classes in other instruments. I have my teaching partner Frankie McCormick, who's from County Armagh, who you met earlier, and he teaches mandolin and banjo, and he's also the director of the Ashton Irish Centre Céilí Band. So we've been working together for the past number of years. So there's a wide range of classes. My friend John Walsh was doing guitar classes, we do barong classes, piano, singing. We have a new children's choir, so classes and everything.
And you've had great success through the years with your students and the music. A lot of them participating in various FLAs and competitions here in North America and at home in Ireland.
Yeah, so I'm a regional delegate to the province, and we do a lot to promote Comhaltas over here. We've started an Irish language class. There was the first year this year that we had students compete in the Irish language competition at the FLA, which was fabulous. I teach Irish singing here, and I've had students compete here and at home.
Just tell me a little bit more about the Carnegie Hall, because worldwide, I mean, it's an iconic concert hall.
Yeah.
And to play that, it's not everybody gets to play at Carnegie Hall.
The kids had to do an audition, and we sent in 2 recordings, and I honestly didn't expect to get a call back, to hear anything back. It's just something that, you know, you're promoting your kids, you're, you know, encouraging them to put their best foot forward, and whatever competition or anything that's out there, you know, go ahead and just try it out. What's, you know, the worst that can happen? So we did the 2 recordings, and I got an email to say that the battle group were accepted, and we just wasn't prepared for it at all. Didn't expect it, and all of the selections of the songs were, nothing was Irish. It was completely out of my comfort zone. So, but they had like a weekend long of classes. We prepared for the songs for a couple of months. We had a lot of work to do. And then there was a concert then in Carnegie Hall in June, and all the parents got to come, and it was just a fabulous experience. They had classes all weekend with Greg Gilpin, a world-renowned composer, and they had a ball. They had such a great time. So again, you know, a fabulous experience for the kids, something different.
Well, in between all of the work, the day job, it says you found time to get married as well.
I did.
to a Castlebar, man.
Yes, Paul is from Castlebar, and we moved out here almost 10 years ago, and I have one son, Joey, and he just turned 5. He likes to play music, but kind of more so at home. He'll sing more than he'll play, but he loves to get up in the session, and he'll get up if he knows that Frankie's there, because he'll sit in his knee or play or sing. But if he comes into Mommy's class, he shuts down and gets all shy.
Yeah.
But he likes it. Yeah, he enjoys it. So I hope that he'll, in a year or two, get into the lessons.
Is there anything that you would like to have done in the music thing that you haven't done?
I definitely would love to continue what I'm doing because I love what I do. My hope is that the kids that we teach now, that they continue to play music. You see a lot of people, you know, they get a certain age and they don't want to do it anymore. But then in years to come, like I meet a lot of people now that say, I wish I continued. I wish I didn't give up or whatever. I just want the kids to play music and travel. I'm constantly telling them they meet so many people, have so many great... Music can bring you anywhere in the world. You can go to any country in the world, and music and singing will take you anywhere. I love to play in Mass, in church. That's where I'm most comfortable with my singing and my playing. The kids were doing an Irish music Mass here once a month, and they love to do that too. Frankie and I definitely encourage the kids as much as possible to keep it up, and the younger generation that we've seen here today, it's encouraging them to get up and perform, and to just really and truly, we're trying to preserve our Irish culture and our heritage and not to lose it, because that would be the shame, is to lose it.
Fáilte Rash, you're very welcome back to part 2 of the programme. The Ashling Irish Community and Cultural Centre Yonkers mission is to support Irish immigrants coming to New York and to ensure they have the resources to connect with the local community. The centre also provides a number of services to the elderly in the area, and indeed social events, including a regular performance by the students of the Dawn Ní Dhochartaigh Academy of Irish Music and Singing. Dawn Doherty is a big influence in the state of New York by teaching the young and mature students the importance of maintaining our cultural heritage through music and singing. We went along to visit some of her young and adult students, plus some of the parents in the classroom. You come to the music classes here every week. Do you enjoy them?
Yes.
What do you enjoy mostly about?
When I sing song with my music teacher.
Do you enjoy singing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like mostly about it?
I just like singing.
You just like singing, yeah.
I really like it because I have an amazing teacher and really fun, not classmates, but really fun people here that I sing with.
My music teacher because she's really nice and I've learned a lot so far. Yes.
Yeah. What do you like mostly about it?
My music teacher.
Oh, you're all fond of your music teacher, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you like her so much?
I think because she has a lovely singing voice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And would you like to be able to sing like her?
Yes.
Okay. What's your favourite song?
Step Me Gaily.
Lovely.
Where we live in this community, it's full of Irish culture, between the music, the songs, the musical instruments, everything. You just have to walk up McLean Avenue or Catona Avenue to hear the music being played in the bars. So I've always had a longing to get back to the tin whistle.
I have family who play Irish music, particularly the accordion, but it was an instrument that I was always interested in playing, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous to hear. So
it's a great night. We have great fun, and it's just getting together, playing a few tunes, and hopefully we'll get in on the sessions in the bars and take it from there.
My mother passed suddenly 4 months ago, and she, in her day, won a Sligo Fesh Medal, a Connacht Medal, and she also has a Leinster School of Music diploma in singing. So growing up, these were songs that I heard, and she always wanted me to be involved in the music.
And how are you enjoying taking up the tin whistle?
I have a lot of fun. Of course, I'd like to be better, but I don't have.
It takes time.
It does take time. I haven't as much time as I'd like to practice, but I do enjoy it. We've a lot of good fun here on a Monday night, and I think we do more laughing than we do playing tin whistle.
Yeah, that's the feeling I got when I came in, actually. Yeah.
I love New York, and I love Dawn's music school. My 3 kids are in her school, and they sing and they play the tin whistle, and so now I can practice with them. I played when I was in primary school, but so now it's great that I can practice with them at home, and they love it.
It's great to have Dawn here. It's great to have the Irish heritage of the music in the building, in the school. Her running her concerts here is nice because our families also can participate and attend those concerts. And it's wonderful to see that Irish music continue through our school.
I met a fair maid on my rambles, and her name it was Mary McGee. prison in Portland, far from the lovely sweet banks of the Moy.
Scamen three lege warige nur schleif te wadoir Scanein yach biam agwioran achran yachlas is friach Anish nach da heiden wasoram
So Laura now is your youngest,
Yes, that's right.
and she's been doing music here with Dawn.
She has. She has been with Dawn here since she was 4 years old,
Wow.
and has absolutely loved every minute of her journey with traditional Irish music and singing and being part of the Aisling Irish Ballad Group and Cayley Band. She's had an absolute wonderful experience, and she has, of course, the best teachers with Dawn Doherty and Frankie McCormack.
As you can see, traditional music and singing very much alive in Yonkers, and it's all thanks to the likes of Dawn Doherty and her passion for keeping our culture, heritage and music very much alive for the present and indeed the future. We're going to leave you now with the Aisling Centre Ballad Group performing a beautiful song entitled Ned of the Hill. So until next week at the same time, slán go fóill.